Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. Today we are in the fifth section of the mock interview series, and this is the part 5 of the mock interview series. This is just a mock interview and not the real interview. In case you want to have this mock interview with me, and you can definitely register for this interview by checking the link in the description, and I'm happy to connect. With that, we'll get started. So, yeah, Jagdish, could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Dipendra. First of all, thanks for giving this opportunity. My name is Jagdish. I am from Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh. I have 2 years relevant experience in Automation Anywhere. And coming to other skills, I learned UiPath, Power Automate, and Python, and some other languages I learned like in my previous internship. Yeah, that's overall my experience.
Okay, and so your overall experience stands between 2 and 3 years. That's correct, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Then moving on to the next question. How many projects have you worked on till now? And could you please explain me your current project?
I worked with one project that is related to healthcare, and in that project, I was working with so many technologies like API and like web automation and email automation.
Okay.
And desktop, desktop application automation. Like that, we worked on so many different technologies there.
Okay. So your current project, what exactly your current project is all about? Like, what was the need of the automation? What was your role in that project? Could you please explain that? Whatever you did in your current project, please explain that.
Okay. Here, I said healthcare, right? So here we have there is a pain point from client where they need to send email to the patient, and they need to update all the like if one patient got the mail, we need to update the same thing in their in their website, in their profile.
Okay.
So like that we have done, and in the same flow we used API also to.
But what was the need? But what was the need of the automation? Why were this process being done manual by many of the persons, or what exactly
before
RPA helped?
Before it was doing by manually, like some around 10 to 15 people they are doing manually. So after they wanted to automate this process, they explained the whole process to us, and we developed the bot, and we have handed over to those like L1 team like that.
Okay.
So they are happy. Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the next question. Yeah, mentioned to worked upon Json Data. Could you please explain why Json? What was the requirement? What was your approach?
Okay. Here I used Json as a config file because I like the way Json handles key value pairs, and also along with that I mentioned, right, I work with API. So there I connected I have done so many things like get method, post method. So after getting the JSON response, I worked with this JSON package to get the specific data to use it in the process.
So prior to working with JSON Data, have you worked on any other data as well? For example, XML or other formats. So what difference do you find between those?
Compared to XML, JSON is very easy to get the nodes. Like in Excel, that was different. We need to write expert to that. But here we can directly, suppose we have a parent child, we can directly data dot name.
Yeah.
We can directly get the name value like that.
Yeah. JSON is a lightweight basically as compared to XML. XML is a fat structured data. So that's easy to manipulate JSON as well. So let's move on to the next question. So can Automation Anywhere bot, when your runner machine, when the machine is locked, can bot be deployed?
Yes, but in the dev it cannot be possible. For that we need unattended license to run the bot, like when the computer is unlocked.
Correct. But for example, let's say my runner machine, which the end user machine, which is in the lock state right now, and I want to trigger a bot. So how I can do that in Automation Anywhere?
We can log in outside and we can start the bot, but It is dev or QA or prod?
No, it can be anything. I mean, it's a runner machine. Let's say it's a runner machine where you want to deploy your bot, and that runner machine is in the lock state right now. How
Okay.
you will make sure that bot gets scheduled and triggered on that machine?
Okay. For that, we need to first provide credentials in the control room. So we have a credentials like in the settings. We need to provide a username and password there, and like after scheduled, bot automatically like it will unlock the computer and it will start the bot.
Yeah, it will automatically unlock, but there is a setting auto unlock, right? That needs to be enabled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. You have mentioned to work on, like you have mentioned on your resume that you have worked on Automation Anywhere, UiPath, Power Automate. So could you please tell me the difference, few of the common differences among these three RPA platforms?
These three are different in Automation Anywhere. Like it is purely cloud-based platform, and when it comes to Power Automate and UiPath, these two are desktop applications, and these two probably they are using C# VB to do some math functions like that. But in the like in the Automation Anywhere, we can't have that, but we have some packages like VB Python. We can do anything.
In Automation Anywhere also you can use .NET DLLs. Like if you want to code in C#,
we
you can build a DLL and you can use it directly. So that's not the difference. And even UiPath offers the cloud version of the development, right? Orchestrator.
Yeah.
So over there also you can build flows. Even Power Automate desktop is different. Power Automate online flow, cloud flows are different. So all the capabilities are there. But the major difference which I'm looking at, can you tell me that? I mean, if you have used all the three tools, then you would be able to sense that, right? What is the basic difference? One or two, I'm just looking for one or two differences.
I can say like I can say these three are same, but like
those
I don't know exactly because I have used
these are similar. These are not same. These are similar. And with the difference, when we talk about difference, the things can be achievable using all these three. The same thing can be achievable, but in a different, the approach would be different. The coding approach or the building of the flow or the bot would be different. And there are different components. In Automation Anywhere, there are different IDP solution. In Power Automate, there's different, and then UiPath is different. So there are these kind of differences. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Could you please explain the database package of A360? How did you use it in your project? I want to know from your project perspective.
We have used database package for like to like XLS DB, and it is very easy to like update, like insert whole like, bunch of data at a single shot. And along with that, we usually do SQL query to get the data from database. There we used these two places we used in our project.
Have you used store procedures in your project?
No. We actually, yeah.
So what was the role of database in your project? Why you have used a database?
Because our like our website is very flexible to get the data, like whatever they have done in the website, that will be reflected in the database. So it is very easy to get hold the data, and based on that, we are updating in the website. Okay,
so basically you have connected to the database just to fetch the data and not update anything inside that.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Let's move on to the next question. So could you please explain me the error handling mechanism that is available in A360 and with respect to your project? I mean, how you handled the scenarios, how you passed on the exception messages from the bot to the end user audiences. So that approach I'm looking at.
Okay. First of all, we have four error handlers, like try, catch, finally, and we have throw also. Okay. Here, as a best practice, we are using try block to, like, if we got any unhandled exceptions, we don't know. In some situations, we got any errors, we can't say that, right? So in that time, we can like it will be caught in the catch block, and there we can send it to the another parent bot, like that. And throw is used to throw the custom error. It is based on our process, so we can do.
So did you use throw in your current project anywhere?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I have used throw to like to suppress the errors, like to continue the process without stopping the bot.
Okay. And how are you handling, like, what is your approach when the exception occurs in your catch block or in your finally block? What is your approach? Specifically, I want to know about how you are handling that exception. What steps you are taking once the runtime exception occurs.
There, actually, whenever we got any error, in the finally, I'm going to compare the error. If the error is a custom error, I will send an email to the respective L1 team or like L2 team like that. And coming to throw is different. If there is custom exception, I know that exception, but it is taking more than longer time. In that case, I will use throw. Then it will throw that error to catch block and it will send mail to L1 team.
Okay. So you're using the email form of communication, for example, to send to the support team either or the business users in case of exception. And are you also trying? Have you also used the retry mechanism in case something is failing and then you want your bot to try it again and again?
Yes, we are using retry logic also, like using try block.
Okay. So got it. Let's move on to the next question. Could you please explain me the architecture of document automation of A360? Have you first of all, have you worked on document automation?
No, currently no, I haven't worked on document automation.
Okay, but have you read about it or have you tried something like?
Yeah, I tried PDF automation like with IQ bots. And
okay.
Yeah, there we need to train the IQ bot like using some invoices and some medical reports. Like that, I used IQ bot and after that I used Excel, like Excel to PDF conversion, to send the report to patient in our project.
So you have no experience working with DA, is it? You haven't.
Yes.
You haven't tried this product or this component yet. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I used, but in my project I haven't.
Okay. So, like, can you explain me without your project experience in general? Can you explain me what you understand by document automation, or what kind of product or component it is?
Usually, we have some document extractions like using Abide and Azure Vision. Like we have some document extractions and also along. Yeah, I know like that.
Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to the next question. Could you please explain me how you have used terminal emulator package? I think it's used for mainframe automations, as far as I remember. But yeah, have you worked with any of the mainframe process automation?
Yes, I worked like on mainframe project. Like there we have some configurations. We need to connect with terminal, and there I have configured everything, and we have to use all the keys, standard keys, to perform the operations in terminal.
So yeah. What was your approach? For example, can you just briefly describe what was it doing? What was the process? Like what did you automate there?
Okay, actually, the mainframe aim is to do the claims in the mainframes. So there we automated like fetching data from DB, the whole claims, and based on the claims, we are running this terminator, like terminal emulator, and there we need to override the claims cost inside the claim, each claim.
How did you handle the errors in case your bot goes wrong over there?
Yeah, actually there we used throw, and in some places actually when we are doing development, we got so many errors. We have all configured, and based on that, it will check whether this error comes. It will do a retry, and 3 times after that, it will mark that as a some fallout. Like that, we have developed in the way.
Okay, got it. So, which is the latest version of A360?
Currently, V29, I think.
No, it's 30.30. Do you know what are the features available in the .30 version? Any two of them would do.
Yeah, basically, we have generative AI package. Like in which we have ChatGPT and Genesis AI. Like some other AI packages we have. And like I need to check that, but currently I'm using V27. Like
okay, you guys have not updated yet to the latest version?
Yes.
Okay.
And also,
okay. Yeah. Fine. Let's move on to the next question then. So did you develop any custom code or logic using Python or any of the programming language? Please explain that.
This is related to bot, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, actually, I developed a Python code which I used Flask framework to develop a REST API.
Okay.
Yeah, to get the data from it. Basically, it will take the logs from bot and it will feed the data into Azure cloud. Like that, we developed one framework.
Okay. So was there something not available? Like what you're saying is you developed an API and exposed an endpoint so that your bot can consume it. That's what you're saying, right? So was that not available already?
No, actually, we are trying to create some kind of dashboard here. So there we develop APIs using Python Flask. So the API will be used in the bot. So every time it will whenever it logs, it will log directly into the it will post into the API, and that will be directly stored into the database.
Okay. So I mean that was a custom project. I mean custom requirement from specific to your project.
Yes.
Okay. So you yourself worked on the entire thing, or there was developers with you? Like
yeah, we have a team, 4 members. We develop we have taken individual modules and we develop.
Got it. Okay. And apart from Python custom code, anything else have you worked on with respect to bot only? I'm talking
about. No.
Okay. Got it.
Other than this.
Okay. Moving on to the next question. Could you please explain? I mean, I was going through your resume and you have mentioned this fine tuning of SQL queries. So could you please explain me how did you fine tune your SQL queries?
Here, actually, based on the requirement, based on the as is, I have developed so many SQL queries. So not only that, if any queries from client which we received, there we are doing some fine tunings like some data validations. Like if I can say example, if email have @ and dot. So there we used regular expression to suppress that.
Okay.
And like that we have some numbers, phone numbers. Basically they are not using any data validation. So in some phone numbers I can see words. So there we used regular expressions.
Okay.
And yeah, some kind of status we are adding another column in the same table. Yeah.
So you might have also worked with joins in queries.
Yes. Yeah.
So could you please explain me the difference between left outer join and full outer join?
Yes. Left join, it is if we take two tables, one is left, one is right. If you take it here, left join will take all the rows from left side, and whatever the condition is, whenever the condition is made in the right side, those records will be picked. When we use left join, it will be the same in the right join also. It will take all the right rows from right table, and in the left table it will take only when condition met.
Okay. And what about the full outer join?
That means it will whenever the condition met, then only it will pick the records from both tables.
No, that's for inner join. Full outer join is like everything from both the tables.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the next question, probably the last one. Could you please explain regarding the dynamic XPath? If you have used in your project, then go ahead with your project scenario. If you haven't used it in your project, then you can talk about your generic approach.
Actually, I have used in our project. Here, I told you, right, we mostly automate web pages. There we used dynamic XPath. Like we have some functions like contains in the XPath and the text. Yeah, using those contains and text equals to. Using this, we developed so many. Okay.
Any challenges you faced?
Yes, I faced. I think after deployment, I faced one problem with one XPath. Basically, there in QA the XPath is different. In production, the XPath is different. There, the bot was failed. So after I researched in the Google, I found one regular expression in the XPath. So that's where I used contains.
Okay.
To found the XPath.
Okay. Cool. I think I'm done with my interview. So do you have what was your experience? Can you share your experience regarding this interview?
Yeah, actually, this is very good. I never expected this many hard questions.
Okay.
It's like Yeah, I can say it's like a real interview. I'm feeling, yeah, overall, I can say this is very excellent for me.
Okay. Glad that you find this as a real interview, and I try to keep that this kind of interview as a real interview, because I do go through your resume, I mean the candidate's resume, and then try to frame the questions. Definitely there are few questions which keep on repeating. I mean, that would happen in any interview, but yeah, apart from those, I try to keep 80% of the interviews with respect to the profile of the candidate. So thanks for that feedback as well. And do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I wanted to hear from you about my feedback, like about
Yeah,
me.
that's the next section which is coming right after this. Apart from that, any other question you have?
Uh, I don't have anything because
Mhm. Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
because
then
I'm
then we can quickly move on to the feedback of this interview session. So when I say about the feedback, you were pretty promptive in answering all the questions with respect to your project, and I could make sense that you have actually used the commands, or whatever you are explaining, you have actually used them in your project, and you're talking about your implementation experience rather than theoretical experience, right? So that is a good point. I mean, if candidate is experiencing the technology and working actually on the project, then it won't be that difficult to explain in the interview, and which I could make sense out of it. But the feedback, constructive one, which I would like to give you is, focus on, like, the work which you're doing is fine, but focus on reading the new stuff which is there in the market. For example, with respect to the RPA platform, with respect to RPA plus AI, whatever is happening in the space, you should always try to upskill yourself and be on top of it. Not entirely, but at least you should know some things. So when I asked you about the latest version of the Automation Anywhere, you should know 2 or 3 features which are really important from the development aspect or from the bot improvement aspect, right? So you should be aware on those things, and then only you can suggest at your company level also, see, we should move to the new version. These are the features which should help us in developing bot faster or improve the process efficiency, something like that. So it's always to be keep a tap on market with a new skill set. So that's what that is my feedback from this session. Yeah,
yes,
rest you're doing good, so keep doing that.
yeah, and also I'm a follower of your YouTube, so
Okay.
yeah, that's why I'm here. So I learned from your channel, this Automation Anywhere.
That's good to hear. And yeah, I'm glad that the whatever small efforts I'm putting in, it is actually benefiting people. So yeah, I'll keep continuing that. I mean, okay,
Yeah, thank you
then
so
I
much.
think I wish you all the best for your career, and it was nice catching up with you. So thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Yeah, bye.